Hello, my name is Simpei. I want to start my speech, but first, let me take a selfie. Having a great time with all the beautiful people here. Right, that's how most of our youth spend our time. We post our temporary experiences, opinions, and emotions on the internet. Humans are always interested, demanding, or addicted to something, especially when we are young. Young people freak out if we don't have a place to release our stress. We feel too much, we want to be free, we constantly worry. How can we maintain a creative life? All these creativity, hopes, experiences, and dreams we want to share. The sad thing is, we're losing that creativity. For example, we pay less attention and focus less when we send a message. We are less selective when we're on the internet. We don't care who sees our personal information or intimate problems. We'd rather focus on constantly updating our information. This cycle leads us to a lack of confidence in our thoughts and opinions. We put all our problems and emotions out there for the whole world to see. We'd rather wait for a reply than talk to somebody who can help us work through our problems. Experts say this is why more young people commit suicide and have more depression. This year during spring vacation, I visited Minami-Sanricho. This town was hit the hardest by the devastating tsunami and earthquake in the Tohoku region on March 11th. It was actually my second visit. The first time was 4 years ago, right after the disaster. My father and I went there to lay flowers in front of the city office for a heroic woman who warned the citizens to flee until the tsunami took her last breath. This year, I went there to see what has changed in the 4 years. Ask questions, take photos, and compare them with my earlier photos. I wanted to know what happened through talking to the locals face to face. I met a university student who told me that the local people helped her find a way to escape. The community elders knew the safest route to escape because their parents had passed down that wisdom. An old man opened up about how he rescued his dog. Another old lady taught me the power of tsunami. People living on the shore know the power of the tsunami through the stories and wisdom passed down generations. Thanks to these stories, they know there is a chance every 1,000 years there will be a deadly tsunami. They know what tsunamis drill everything from the ground up and turn the water completely black. They know that a tsunami is nothing to mess with. Even if you stand 30 centimeters away, it pulls your feet into it, swallowing you up. These stories passed down by generations are warnings kept alive for the next generation to keep the next generation alive. They believe that the people who lost their lives leave us this wisdom. Japan is a country prone to natural disasters. 4 plates crash, typhoons wreak havoc every year, volcanoes erupt at any time, tsunamis engulf entire villages. It's a miracle that we Japanese people have even managed to survive. For all of those people, simple face-to-face communication kept them alive. Sharing their stories helps them heal. They all expressed the same concern about the lack of communication in our current society. Will this tradition of sharing wisdom and stories face to face continue? Today's youth face a much dangerous tsunami. The tsunami of meaningless digital information constantly bombarding us, washing away our attention, empathy, common sense, and creativity. Their stories reminded me of my own journey as a troubled kid. When I was young, my brother and I lived in Germany. We were bullied for being the only Asians. Our only release was shooting in military games. Clicking the mouse, releasing the trigger, seeing all the blood in the virtual world was amazing. We got more and more addictive to those war games. We took it to the next level. We bought pellet guns and ran around in the forest with fake army wear. Roger that. Boom, boom, boom. Mayday! One day, everything changed. Our parents bought us a cheap camera. They wanted us to be interested in something normal. They worried about our behavior. Roger that. Boom, boom, boom. Mayday! Since then, we both love photography. The motion of clicking the shutter is similar as clicking the mouse or pulling the trigger. You can see the same process but a different light. Through photography, I started to go outside more and interact with a lot of people. I got in touch with nature, exploring new places, tested new lenses, had a conversation with professional photographers. My parents were wise in how they fixed our behavior. When we were obsessed with war games, they introduced us to photography. When I was stuck in a cycle of fighting racial bullying with violence, my dad took me to Minami Sanricho to show me how small my struggles were in comparison. I thank my parents for giving me these first-hand experiences to make me human again. I think their approach offers a hint for educators, parents, governments, how they could fix today's youth. We use the internet too much and we don't think about how we use it. It's a fact that we communicate less directly. We don't choose who to talk. We trust mostly everything on the web. This is where, for example, debate helps. Debaters share and brainstorm their opinions. Every single day we research on the web or talk to someone who is related to the motion in order to deepen our knowledge. We hone our communication skills to be logical and persuasive. Debate taught me what the internet really is for. You can find information to support any opinion, any side. We need the ability to determine true and false, think critically, contact the source directly, meet professionals face to face, see a place firsthand. Then use your thoughts and logic to persuade and move people. According to a report from Ashton College, human productivity is much higher. We get more creative and detailed when we communicate directly. This doesn't have to be through debate. You can talk to the person right next to you on the train. You can spend a day outside and go for a trip. It's not as hard as you think. If I can do it, you can do it. Let us use the internet to get more creative and find hints to make the world better. Let us not waste the process we started. Let us reduce our emotional problems by asking for help and sharing advice and solutions. When someone shuts their mouth, retreats from society, or takes their life, we all lose dreams. We lose important life lessons from them. Let us stop this cycle of washed out youth. Let us not miss out the wisdom and ideas that we all have to share. Thank you.